How you doing there, church? It is 5 something in the afternoon, and instead of being on my way out the door, I am on my way beginning to run my errands. I had to change my wall here in the apartment, and basically I've changed my wall to reminder, leadership, the work, issues, and fellowship. Trying to do ministry, I spent the day working instead of going to this other job that I had with Labor Ready yesterday, and they had set it up out in Montgomery Park or something. I worked for this guy, beautiful man. Oh my God, Jesus, this guy was just, But anyway, there's another side. I won't get into all of that. I asked my supervisor if I didn't have to work today, and she gave me a warning. And that was the 3rd time you did that. Don't do it again. So, to all you people who use Labor Ready out there, remember what I told you in that video? Don't join the setup of the government and the gay community. Don't do it. Just give me a straight 8-hour shift. None of that other all set up. Does Kevin see the gay side? Does Kevin see the homosexuality? Does Kevin see the slavery, the submission, and switching from white guys, catching up, and will you submit to this white boy, and blah 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 blah. Don't do that to me, okay? I represent Labor Ready wherever they send me, and that's not cool. All right, I'll just leave it at that. I just took some pictures of outside here. Beautiful, gorgeous Tuesday, September 22nd, and I was looking here at the just recently, that skyscraper over there, the brand new one. It was just here a couple of years. It wasn't here a couple of years ago when I first got here in 2012, and now finally looks like they're done. I'm impressed, and then now they're just building a new one right there. And when you look at the city, Portland, and way over there in the distance, I worked for Tim Dixon about a block away from that. From that one right there, right over there, way out there. There's cranes all over the place. And I look at the city, and I wept this morning because I woke up at 2:27 this morning. I was abused last night. They came out and they did some funky thing to my body, and of course they came out and they did some funky thing in prayer. I don't know. It was just in a dream they gave me that I was being stabbed to death, and my head was severed by Guy Franklin or something. And it was a nightmare, man. I couldn't believe they did that. And then when I woke up, I spent all morning long from 2:30 till about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning just rebuking them. And of course I fell asleep. They came in here and they abused me again, and I woke up and I gave it back to them. And I was so angry at these people for trespassing and I woke up in pain. My feet were in pain. My body was in pain. My ankles were in pain. I was really pissed off. Anyway, and then I looked at all of this, and I told John MacArthur and his staff, you need to go spend some time with God instead of taking glory in the works of dead men. All of these buildings here are the works of dead men. Most of the people that built this city, and spent all that time, like that new building that's being built over there, there's going to come a time when those people are no longer here and a new generation is going to enjoy it. So when you walk into a city like Portland, and you see all of this building, these are the works of dead men. The highway that's down there, you see there goes the interstate over there. That's the work of dead men. None of us were here when this interstate was being put here, when the bridge was being put here, the bridge all the way in this distance over there, the airplane that's flying, there is the soccer field way out there, and there's all of these buildings up the hill. You can probably see, if I stuck my head out the window, you can see the hills in the far distance, and cranes all over the place. There's one there, there's another one there, a 3rd one, a 4th one, there's a 5th one here, and then there are several others on the other side of that, of the city. Cranes everywhere, right? The work of dead men. And Americans have the tendency to take pride and glory in the work of dead men. And then I switched over from construction to basically here, books, the works of dead men. Let us not take glory in the works of dead men, but let us take, glory in the works of God and Christ. Church, instead of sitting there and glorifying, and that's something that you need to tell the American church and American leaders. Don't take pride in the works of the dead, even though everything is founded on it. But take the pride in what God is doing right now through the living. And I just wanted to give that to you as, the whole of Christianity, right? Christ himself. The whole thing is based on what? On what he did on the cross. And what is he? He was dead, but he resurrected. And so we serve a living God. So let's not take glory in the dead, in the work of the dead, but in the work of the living that's here with us in this generation. Because the time is going to come when our generation is going to die and leave all of that behind. There are so many things that I could address, but you know what? It's not worth it. And so the only thing I want to tell you is keep the faith and be strong in the Lord, right? And in the power of his might. And I think I'm going to put an end here and watch the video on Duclairon's mid-month update and leadership, and some of the other videos. I'm going to see if I can put another video out there on the Gospel of Mark before the end of the month. And I'll talk to you guys later.